Hey, fellow seekers of cinematic thrills. Today's recap begins with blood-soaked chaos, mysterious masked figures, and our protagonist, Yuri, fighting for survival on swaying suspension bridges. But that's just the beginning. The story thickens as Yuri unveils the dark truth behind these masks, encountering new friends and enemies. Join us on this roller coaster ride of suspense, power struggles, and the quest for godhood. Smash that like button, subscribe, and let's unravel the gripping tale together. The story starts with hearing a scream, and then we see a man with a katana who has just finished someone off. His face is covered by a white mask and splattered with blood. Yuri now finds herself on a skyscraper, desperately trying to contact her parents. Rika, her brother, reassures Yuri about the grim reality they are stuck in. It's a perilous place where masks are ready to eliminate them whenever they come across. Yuri then witnesses a woman's desperate escape from a pursuing masked figure. As she confides in Rika through tears, Yuri's brother encourages her to stay strong, promising to find her. However, danger lurks as a colossal masked man wielding a katana appears on the distant skyscraper. The tension escalates as Yuri bravely traverses a swaying suspension bridge, questioning the surreal nature of her predicament. Fears intensify when she spots the masked man hot on her trail. Despite his swift crossing, Yuri's relief is short-lived as the masked assailant catches up, abruptly throwing her to the ground. Yuri, fearing her end, is saved by a policeman who shoots the masked man.
Go ahead, Danny.
Thank you for your service.
Another officer arrives, bringing comfort to Yuri. However, their supposed alliance takes a dark turn as one of them is pushed off the skyscraper. Armed with the fallen katana, he menaces Yuri, revealing a sinister agenda. Meanwhile, in another building, a masked man in a suit observes the scene with a rifle by his side. Back to Yuri, the evil policeman threatens her, but a masked sniper intervenes, shooting the katana-wielding man just in time. Yuri, realizing the masked figures force people to end their own lives, salvages what she can from the fallen policeman's belongings. As Yuri burns the evidence and resolves to survive, the sniper, holding a photo labeled "From Yuri to my brother," watches her. The focus shifts to a masked female figure in maid outfit in another building. Yuri contemplates using her as target practice, but is taken aback by her own thoughts. The masked figure, wielding a short-handled scythe, engages Yuri in a quick and surprising attack, leaving her on the edge, threatening to jump. On the edge, the masked woman jumps, speaking about her controlled state. Yuri surprises her with a shot from below, breaking the mask. The woman pleads not to approach, revealing she's under remote control. A robotic voice orders her to jump due to damaged code. Tearfully, she urges Yuri to find her brother before leaping. Yuri, grappling with madness, sees a ghostly projection of the man she set on fire. Determined to understand the true enemy, she departs with a short-handled scythe. Discovering a bag with food, a silenced pistol, and a building connected by 3 bridges, Yuri begins crossing. A helicopter passing over shakes the bridge, breaking a cable. Using the sickle, Yuri stabilizes the bridge and enters the building. In a hallway, she finds a bloodied woman with a note mentioning a helicopter rescue. Despite suspicions, Yuri decides to go. Approaching 2 gunshots, she discovers a wounded man and a blonde girl in a school uniform holding a gun to him. Yuri swiftly disarms the blonde girl, who reveals her intention to eliminate competition for the helicopter. Distraught, Yuri refuses to partake in such a deadly duel. The sniper intervenes and Yuri shields the blonde girl. In hiding, they introduce themselves, and the blonde girl, Mayuko Nace, decides to ally with Yuri after the sniper's impressive display. They rush upstairs, but the sniper's chase is halted by a grenade. Exploring the aftermath, they find a destroyed window, a hat, and a trace of blood. Mayuko sacrifices her last weapon. Yuri expresses gratitude, and as she picks up the hat, memories of her brother resurface. Mayuko inquires about the helicopter, and Yuri permits her to go, requesting her student ID as proof. Parting ways, Yuri asks about a cell phone. Mayuko returns silently, and they hear the helicopter taking off. In the aftermath, the cracked masked sniper leans against a wall, clothes in disarray. Yuri and Mayuko, enraged at the escaping helicopter, shoot at it. A man in military gear retaliates, injuring the girls. Despite the setback, Yuri resolves to find allies, seize the helicopter, and the terror. Exhausted, she falls, supported by Mayuko. Meanwhile, the sniper, revealed in a shower scene,
spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
regains mental control due to a crack in his mask. Walking through a hallway, the sniper encounters a masked man with an axe. After a brief exchange, the sniper shoots the axe man. In a flashback, Yuri recalls the tower event and wakes up alone, thinking Mayuko left. Spotting a masked man, Yuri panics and runs. Mayuko, searching for Yuri, is puzzled by her absence. On the bridge, Yuri faces 3 masked individuals: a slender man, a strong man, and a woman with double braids. Yuri runs from the pursuing masked man on the bridge. As she attempts to shoot, her gun malfunctions. Desperate, she completes the bridge but is cornered. Mayuko arrives, shooting the masked men. A slender man uses a companion as a shield, and Mayuko, out of ammo, throws the pistol to Yuri. The lanky man attacks Mayuko, who deflects it. allowing Yuri to shoot him. She removes his mask, learning that wearing it is like following orders in a dream. Yuri questions the man about the command and is interrupted by a robotic voice ordering the man's demise. Mayuko and Yuri form an alliance and Yuri breaks the remaining masks. Mayuko reveals she has a cell phone, making Yuri uneasy, who asks to borrow it. Later, Yuri happily contacts her brother Rika, who helps her plan to steal a helicopter and make new allies. Yuri reluctantly agrees when her brother suggests killing Mayuko, solidifying her determination. Ending the call, Yuri apologizes to Mayuko and gives her a hug. Meanwhile, a masked man is attacked by a high school boy revealed to be Rika, Yuri's older brother. Rika asserts the necessity of killing the masked ones for survival, hinting at a changed personality. In a flashback, the sniper recalls his meeting with Rika and resolves to work things out. Rika finds allies but is attacked by a masked pitcher with cannonballs. Fleeing, they discover a fake emergency door, trapping them in the corridor. Rika observes the masked pitcher's adherence to baseball rules, concluding that uncontrolled aspects of their minds manifest through personal personalities. He provokes the masked man into throwing a cannonball, striking him in a moment of exhaustion. Okara shoots the masked man, and a mysterious figure warns about exploring the world cautiously. A sniper, on a bridge, struggles with an obsession for Yuri's brother. He vows to prioritize his life until their clash. Rika, after paying respects, prepares to end the world with Okara. Mayuko and Rika clean up on a rooftop, preparing for bed. The sniper, recovering memories, is surprised by a girl, conflicted by commands resonating in his brain. The mask instructs not to cause despair, as the girl is close to God. Yuri notices a masked man with a backpack approaching. He calmly drops his backpack, and the scene shifts to the sniper, demanding an explanation from the mask. The mask reveals the world as an institution creating gods, with angels wearing masks to bring humans closer to God. The sniper reluctantly lowers his rifle. The girl, Kun Shinzaki, reveals herself lost and emotional. Mayuko wakes up. Yuri shows her supplies, and Mayuko eagerly accepts a knife. Rika calls Mayuko, discussing plans and trusting her to take care of Yuri. In the distance, a masked man in a cook's outfit observes Mayuko through binoculars, considering her the perfect ingredient with a saw as a weapon. Shinzaki and the sniper cross a bridge. The sniper recalls agreeing to take her to ally with 2 high school girls in the world. In a comical moment, Shinzaki chides the sniper for not using her name, and he insists on calling her woman. Returning to Yuri, she worries about finding empty buildings, but Mayuko encourages her. Mayuko comforts Yuri by calling her sister and reflects on finding happiness in this world. Approaching a parapet, Mayuko is thrown off by the masked cook. Yuri, alarmed, realizes something has happened. Mayuko finds herself in a room with a masked man, revealing her defective mask. The masked man throws heads at her and approaches slowly. Mayuko is threatened with a saw, but Yuri, hanging from a window, shoots the attacker. Mayuko, armed with the gun, slashes the attacker's neck and delivers blows. They reunite in the hallway, excited about a poster calling for allies to create God and end it all. The sniper and Shinzaki, intrigued by the same poster, decide to proceed to the mentioned location. Meanwhile, the masked man takes a break as the girl showers.
I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love and I know that it's all I know. Oh, wow.
They look at her phone and are startled by a poster photo. Mayuko and Yuri, following the poster's lead, enter a room where they encounter a masked man. Yuri is stunned by a stun gun, and Mayuko is held by another. The masked man, revealing taped inner parts, talks about special masks called treasures and intends to test one on Yuri. A new masked man arrives, swiftly defeating the others. In a tense moment, Mayuko puts on the mask. The masked man stands in front of Shinzaki. Yuri briefly considers shooting Mayuko but refrains. Mayuko. After removing his mask, the dying man asks them to end the kingdom. Yuri apologizes for mistrusting Mayuko, who explains her actions. They are surprised by Sakio Tenab at the door. Meanwhile, the sniper and Shinzaki climb the stairs, hearing Yuri's voice. Mayuko demonstrates her strength by cutting Sakio's face with a knife. Sakio, realizing Yuri's ability to control masked individuals, kneels down seeking help. He explains his past alliances and Kazuma Ohara, a person close to God, who controlled one angel at a time. Sakio asks for the girl's help and Yuri accepts, thinking he might know how to end the world. Yuri calls her brother, while the sniper and Shinzaki hide. The sniper suggests to Shinzaki that they don't need to stay together anymore, leading to a comical scene where Shinzaki tries to demonstrate her control over masked individuals. Meanwhile, Yuri, Mayuko, and Sakio face Kazuma, who orders his masked companion, Ain, to attack. A battle ensues with Sakio getting injured. As the fight progresses, Yuri anticipates an attack from a masked archer in the adjacent building, successfully shooting her down. Yuri reveals that her brother had warned her about the possibility of Kazuma controlling multiple masked individuals. In another building, Shinzaki expresses concern about potential harm to others. Kazuma, realizing the threat, points a gun at Yuri and Mayuko, prompting a standoff. Shinzaki contemplates intervening but receives advice from the sniper, encouraging her to recognize her capabilities. Shinzaki raises her hands and uses her cell phone to destroy a building, tricking Kazuma into thinking Yuri caused it. Exploiting the situation, Yuri pretends to be influential, making Ain and Kazuma kneel. Switching to the sniper and Shinzaki, a masked man brings them food and cryptically suggests that someone close to God becoming a complete god would bring an end. Kuon, inspired, decides to become a complete goddess to achieve a peaceful resolution. The focus then shifts to a woman attacked by masked men, rescued by a masked man in a Chinese hat. Rika and a companion appear, and a call is made to the masked man, who introduces himself as Rikuya Yoshida, someone close to God, and explains how he gained his powers from a mysterious mask without a mouth. He speculates that becoming a complete god might grant all one's wishes. As the girls progress on the Highrise, Nisei experiences a disturbing transformation into a masked killer. In a library encounter, they face a baseball-wielding mask, and Nisei's attempt to fight back is swiftly thwarted. Sniper Mask reappears, prompting Yuri to fire shots for escape. In another building, Nisei succumbs, and a new masked killer ambushes them, but Yuri efficiently neutralizes the threat. Nisei discloses that her mask is defective, giving her a limited time before succumbing. Nisei explains that the mask is malfunctioning but will prove fatal in approximately 2 hours without intervention. A masked casino dealer enters the scene, revealing that a god cannon is the only solution. Yuri is informed about a mouthless mask nearby, prompting her to embark on a quest to become a god and save her friend. Yuri's choice to save her friend is commendable given their history of support. However, in this abnormal situation where masks and mysterious powers govern, it's crucial for Yuri to recognize the unique challenges and reconsider what defines normalcy. Yuri, trapped under a masked man with a syringe, escapes, finding her mouthless mask. Wearing it, she plunges into a space-like dimension. Upon waking, time slows and she effortlessly defeats the man, realizing she has gained extraordinary powers. In this virtual realm, a talking computer program assures her that the mask won't harm her mind. New abilities are installing, but to protect Nisei in the real world, she must uncover more power on her own. Yuri gets a call from Nisei, learning that a god candidate is rescuing her. Determined, she spots her brother's location and vows to reunite. Meanwhile, Rika and the group reach the Horizon building to meet students but fall into a trap with tear gas. Rika defends the team from a masked attacker, urging them to escape. Engaging in a tough fight, a masked aristocrat intervenes, brutally defeating the assailant and saving Rika. Out of nowhere, 3 more enemies appear, overwhelming the group. Rika, weakened and dizzy, collapses. The remaining members struggle against the assailants but face a daunting challenge as a massive foe seizes Rika and flees. It's a familiar yet unfortunate pattern. Ambushes and kidnappings, underscoring the harsh reality that trust is a precious commodity in this world. Yuri discovers her brother's kidnapping and, fueled by panic, decides to pursue him. In the midst of a dangerous situation, she encounters Nisei, promising to eliminate the enemies. Facing incoming grenades, Yuri effortlessly shoots them down, revealing her newfound status as a god candidate. Sniper Mask deals with the remaining foes, and Nisei introduces him as part of the team. Yuri confesses to donning a mask and acquiring extraordinary powers. The conversation is interrupted by Kuon, a blue-haired girl who, through a handshake, reveals Yuri as another god candidate. Kuon warns her, passing a message from Sniper Mask to steer clear to avoid accidental harm. Rika finds himself in a mysterious building summoned by god candidate Akawa, who desires to establish peace and a perfect society. Under pressure, Yuri discovers her brother's kidnapping and, fueled by panic, decides to pursue him. In the midst of a dangerous situation, she encounters Nisei, promising to eliminate the enemies. Facing incoming grenades, Yuri effortlessly shoots them down, revealing her newfound status as a god candidate. Sniper Mask deals with the remaining foes, and Nisei introduces him as part of the team. Yuri confesses to donning a mask and acquiring extraordinary powers. The conversation is interrupted by Kuon, a blue-haired girl who, through a handshake, reveals Yuri as another god candidate. Kuon warns her, passing a message from Sniper Mask to steer clear to avoid accidental harm. Rika finds himself in a mysterious building summoned by god candidate Akawa, who desires to establish peace and a perfect society. Under pressure, Rika reluctantly agrees to cooperate. Akawa, impressed by Rika's determination, discloses his ability to control 30 masks and outlines his vision for a god competition. Upstairs, they discuss the tower, its helicopter entry requirement, and the Highrise world's challenges as tests for potential gods. A helicopter approaches, but it doesn't stop for them. Akawa reveals these are guardian angels, the final obstacle to becoming god, leaving Rika in his assistant's care. Sniper Massacre walks alone, grappling with his forgotten past, realizing his friendship with Rika. Spotted by enemies, he attempts to retaliate but misses, acknowledging the horrifying nature of both sides. Recognizing the wind affecting his shots, Sniper Mask's accuracy falters. A bullet hits the rope bridge, sending him hanging precariously. Accepting his fate, he directs his enemy to shoot, but the surgeon's assistant intervenes, saving him. Despite spotting the fleeing enemy, Sniper Mask chooses not to pursue. Reflecting on the situation, it becomes evident that Sniper Mask's lack of environmental awareness played a significant role. Standing on a rickety bridge in a firefight was a tactical oversight. While he considered the wind disadvantage for the enemy, he overlooked the unsuitability of his platform for a counterattack. Considering the limited ammunition, prioritizing cover over engagement would have been wiser. Absolutely. The surgeon and his group arrive, and with a warm smile, he introduces a young boy, encouraging everyone to extend a warm welcome. Meanwhile, Rika finds herself taken hostage and subjected to interrogation by a determined purple-haired lady. As tension fills the room, news of trouble involving a black-clad sniper reach their ears. The young boy is then forcefully thrown to the ground while the interrogator demands vital information from Rika. Despite the perilous situation, the boy manages to explain the imminent danger posed by Sniper Mask before succumbing to unconsciousness due to severe blood loss. Amidst the chaos, the surgeon solemnly reveals the existence of a malevolent force systematically eliminating God candidates. He urgently requests Yuri's assistance, and after a moment's consideration, she agrees to cooperate. Uniting against this common enemy, they forge an alliance. However, the unfolding events take an unexpected turn when Missy, a key member, receives an urgent call. Instructing the surgeon and the group to remain in the room, she quickly exits. Seizing the moment, the surgeon's assistant discreetly advises Yuri to visit him alone. Shortly after, Yuri enters, offering a sincere apology for the discord that had existed between them. In a gesture of reconciliation, the surgeon's assistant hands over a photo from his brother, triggering a rush of memories. Touched by the moment, he invites her further inside, revealing his face without the concealing mask. In an unexpected turn, the other girls seamlessly switch places with Yuri as their hands connect, and soon they are transported into the depths of the surgeon's memories. Thereupon, engaging with the surgeon's group, Yuri receives a crucial piece of information from Sakio, the Grizzly Traveler. A sudden piercing scream echoes through the air, compelling them to hasten across a swaying rope bridge into a darkened room. There they are met with a horrifying sight: a dismembered head, signifying that they have become the targets of a malevolent force. Acting with swift precision, Yuri skillfully dispatches the assailants. Unbeknownst to her, a more formidable masked adversary is lurking in the shadows. The tension escalates as Yuri falls victim to a sudden ambush. Just as the investigator mask poises for a fatal strike, Nisei intervenes, effectively thwarting the approaching attack. In their pursuit of information, the group successfully uncovers Ikawa as the elusive mastermind pulling the strings. A pivotal message discloses Yuri's brother's whereabouts, intensifying their resolve. Despite the surgeon's inability to extract intel from the elusive student mask, a newfound ability emerges: the power to temporarily halt a mask's movement. Volunteering for a test, Sniper Mask steps forward, and though the results are imperfect, the experimental skill momentarily immobilizes him. Upstairs, the group confronts the purple-haired lady on the roof. As tensions rise, a sudden smoke cloud engulfs the scene, revealing a surprising transformation. The once slender enemy mask morphs into Angel Mask, their most formidable adversary yet. The stakes skyrocket as the group grapples with this unexpected and powerful threat. The abrupt shift from a seemingly frail killer to a muscle-bound menace poses a significant challenge. Undeterred, the group contemplates strategic thinking to outsmart Angel Mask's newfound physical prowess, determined to navigate the escalating danger with teamwork. Reflecting on previous encounters, the group discerns discernible patterns in the enemy's names and appearances, extracting valuable clues on how to defeat them. While the enigmatic features of Angel Mask pose a challenge, the group remains optimistic that some subtle detail might unveil the key to victory. Simultaneously, elsewhere in the narrative, a masked assailant endowed with extraordinary abilities skillfully scales the building like Spider-Man. A tense confrontation ensues as this exceptional foe faces off against Sniper Mask. Despite the clash, the masked intruder manages to infiltrate the premises, while being indulged in consuming food until the surgeon's assistant dares to confront him. Overpowering the assistant, the surgeon and Nisai swiftly intervene, with the surgeon employing his newfound ability to halt the masked intruder's movements. However, the tables turn dramatically as the formidable foe retaliates, delivering a fatal blow to the surgeon. In a desperate attempt to shield him, the assistant hastily ushers the wounded surgeon to cover, leaving Nisai alone to confront this powerful adversary. As the masked killer forcefully pushes Nisai into a wall, Sakio abruptly intervenes, scolding the assailant for his aggressive actions. Empowered by her inner mask, Nisai seizes the opportunity to confront the injured killer, realizing it's her moment to turn the tide. Meanwhile, the assistant of the Sniper Mask activates her unique ability, unleashing a powerful railgun on the battlefield. In a startling revelation, Nissi discovers that the seemingly defeated masked killer is still alive, albeit severely injured. Shocked by this revelation, Yuri steps in, poised to deliver a fatal blow. However, Inner Mask unveils a newfound ability, a power to control angels, including the wounded killer, albeit at the cost of sealing his powers. Sakura steps in, reprimanding Yuri for attacking the defenseless enemy. Setting her gun aside, Yuri chooses a different approach, opting to dominate the killer and strip him of his powers. As the morning light emerges, survivors stand on the high-rise with Yuri more determined than ever to return home. Phew, what a journey, right? That's a wrap for today's deep dive into the world of thrilling tales. If you enjoyed the roller coaster of emotions and the mind-bending twists, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thrilling recaps. Share your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing your theories and interpretations. Stay tuned, stay entertained, and keep exploring the fascinating realms of storytelling. See you in the next adventure.